You walked away from the narcissist, so why does it still feel like they're living rent-free in your mind? Why, even after breaking free, do the scars still ache and the doubts still whisper, "Did I do the right thing?" If you've ever felt this tug of war between relief and pain, you're not alone, and it's not your fault. In this video, I'm going to reveal what really happens after you've triumphed over a narcissist, and the one shift that finally turns survival into freedom. When you walk away from a narcissist, the world suddenly goes quiet. For the first time in months, maybe years, there's no yelling, no manipulation, no chaos. And yet, that silence feels strange, almost uncomfortable. You catch yourself missing what hurt you, wondering if you exaggerated the pain, doubting if freedom was worth it. This isn't weakness. It's your mind detoxing from emotional chaos, like a body shaking off an addiction. It's the first painful step toward real healing. But once the silence settles, you start noticing something else, the way they react when they realize you've slipped out of their control. Are you ready for that part? The moment a narcissist realizes they've lost control, they don't just walk away quietly. Their ego can't handle it, so they fight back, but in ways you might not expect. Suddenly, you hear whispers about you, lies, gossip, stories twisted to make you the villain. Or maybe they go silent, hoping the silence will lure you back. Other times, they'll hoover, pulling you in with fake apologies, sudden sweetness, or promises they'll never keep. These are all tactics, not love. They're designed to test your boundaries and drag you back into the cycle you escaped. When you recognize them, you take back your power. But here's what most people don't realize. Once you survive this storm, something incredible starts to happen. Your peace returns, your clarity grows, and you begin to see life in a way you couldn't before. So what does that new chapter actually feel like? And how do you step fully into it? After surviving the chaos, something subtle but powerful begins to shift inside you. At first, you might not even notice it. A quiet moment of calm when you're no longer walking on eggshells, a laugh that feels real instead of forced, a memory of who you were before the manipulation took hold. These are the first cracks in the walls the narcissist built around you, proof that your true self is resurfacing. The constant second-guessing, the endless apologizing for things you didn't do, that cycle slowly starts to fade. Instead, you begin to trust your own thoughts, your own feelings, your own voice again. And with every step forward, you reclaim pieces of the life you thought you lost forever. But here's the most beautiful part. Once you start to feel whole again, doors you never imagined open up. New opportunities, healthier connections, and a deeper sense of purpose begin to find you. Are you ready to see what happens when life not only returns to normal, but becomes better than you ever believed it could be?
Freedom from a narcissist isn't always loud and celebratory. Sometimes it's painfully quiet. When the chaos disappears, you expect peace, but instead, you're left with a strange emptiness. The noise that once filled your days, arguments, tension, constant drama, is gone. And in that silence, a new kind of loneliness appears. It's not because you missed them, but because the bond, no matter how toxic, left a void. This is the moment where many people are tempted to go back, not because they want the pain, but because familiar chaos can feel safer than unfamiliar peace. That's why this stage is so critical. Building a new circle of healthy support, seeking people who see your worth, and surrounding yourself with voices that lift you instead of break you, that's where real healing begins. And here's where the shift happens. When you begin replacing old wounds with new bonds, life doesn't just feel quiet, it begins to feel alive again. Are you ready to see how this healing space transforms into strength, joy, and connections you never thought were possible?
There's a truth narcissists never want you to know. Their power over you only existed while you reacted. The moment you choose silence, when you stop defending yourself, stop explaining, stop giving them access to your energy, their control begins to crumble. Without your attention, they lose their supply. And slowly, the mask they wore for everyone else starts to slip. Over time, this isolation exposes them. People around them start to notice the cracks, the inconsistencies, the lies, the manipulations they once hid so well. Your calm success, your refusal to engage in their chaos, becomes the loudest statement you could ever make. And while they're busy unraveling, you're building something new. Because this isn't just about what they lose, it's about what you gain. So, as their world shrinks, are you ready to see the kind of life you can create when your energy is no longer wasted on battles you never should have fought in the first place?
Once the dust settles, you stand at a crossroads, and for the first time, the path ahead is yours to choose. This is where real rebuilding begins, not by rushing to move on, but by laying down a foundation that protects you from ever falling into the same trap again. You start drawing boundaries, not walls, but clear lines that define how you deserve to be treated. Each time you honor them, your self-respect grows stronger. Then comes the deeper work, nurturing your emotional intelligence, learning to trust your instincts, and understanding what healthy love actually looks like. It's not just about avoiding pain, it's about creating a life rich in meaning. Simple daily habits, journaling your progress, seeking therapy when needed, taking care of your body and mind become the bricks that build your future. And here's the beauty of it. As you rebuild, you realize healing isn't about who hurt you, it's about who you're becoming. So with this new strength rising inside you, are you ready to see how this transformation equips you to recognize and avoid toxic patterns forever?
If there's one truth I want you to carry with you after this, it's this: your peace is your victory. The moment you choose calm over chaos, silence over shouting, healing over hurting, that's the moment you win. No revenge, no proving yourself, just living fully, quietly, and beautifully free. This isn't the end of your story. It's the beginning of something far greater. Because the strength you've built through pain is the same strength that will guide you into healthier love, deeper happiness, and a life that feels entirely your own. So as you step forward, ask yourself, what will you do with this freedom? What dreams will you chase now that your energy is no longer spent on survival, but on building the life you've always deserved? If you're ready to walk this journey of growth and healing, subscribe and stay with me, because the next chapter is where you finally learn to thrive.